Oh. So as it turns out, yeah, it's pretty embarrassing. So as it turns out, every time you make a move, um, you have to hit that. Yeah, I see that, Kurt. I don't know how to fix that, Beretta man. I don't know how to fix that. So, um, this is going swimmingly. There I am, he says. Okay. We're here. I don't know how many of you are on here, but that was a bit embarrassing, huh? Um so here we are. Now that you can hear me, Cash McCam live. Still working out the kinks. I know that the camera looks pretty rough. I don't know how to fix it. So producer Kurt told me that it was. Oh, would you look at that? Now it's fixed. Man, we're breaking all live show records here with just the amount of tweaks we're doing on the fly. So I'm gonna bring Curdy in because that was a tough stretch we just went through there. Tough stretch. So I'm gonna invite Kurt in just to explain to you what's going on with the production quality here, and I'll let him chime in on what we got going on here. But Cashin with Cam live, welcome to it. We're gonna go over some picks. The man Eric Cedar in pit with just um, all-time homer pick. But is that the over, Eric? 48.5 alt spread over. That's pretty spicy. Who does Pitt have, Eric? I'd be interested to know. Waiting on Kurt to hop in. Who does Pitt have? Louisville. I hate Louisville. I actually like Pitt. I don't know what the spread is. I think I even looked at that game and kind of balked, to be honest, Eric. Kurt, are you joining, big guy? Taking care of baby? It's no big deal, if so. This is good radio. This is good radio. Says I'm joining, he says. Let's update. All right, we're waiting on little Curdy. You see him over there, just dark face. What's the spread, Eric, for Pitt Louisville? There's about a 15 to 30 second delay. Pitt plus 2.5 at home. That's kind of oof. That's kind of a sickening line right there. Oh, it's on the road. Matt McCurley, yes, we are cashing, my friend. We are cashing. I feel like we've been on the stream too long now. I was mute for those just joining. I was mute for the first minute and a half. Oh, there's our first guest. Hold on, let me. Are you already in,
Yo.
Kurt? You just instantly joined. Well done. Bear to you as well, Bear.
I don't know what the delay is on this.
Oh, so it's gonna be like
I have no idea what's
it's gonna be
happening
like
right
a
now.
news. It's gonna be like a
Can
news
you hear
channel.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey.
Well done. Bear to you as well, Bear.
All right. I don't know what the delay is on this.
Might have to throw some
I'm like
headphones
super
in,
delayed.
Curdy.
I'm just gonna talk and then I don't know why I can't see you in like the chat room, Cam.
So it's gonna be like
I have no idea what's
it's gonna be
happening
like
right
a
now.
news. It's gonna be like a
Can you
news.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey,
Well done.
Cody here,
And to you as well, Bear. Lots of
reporting
noises.
live. All right,
This
I'm
is a
like
professional
delay
stream
on
right here,
this.
guys. Might have to throw some
I'm like
headphones
super
in.
blurry.
Kurt put
I'm
this
just gonna
together.
talk. Yeah, I
And he
should get
did
that.
well,
I don't know why. I
but
can't
I think technology just escapes us at times. Let's be honest.
All right. While we're here, I'm just gonna talk, even if Cameron's talking. So we are switch arms. You got to keep them even. So one of the things that we're trying to do is just like Cameron said, up a little production quality, make sure things are solid and good. And so, took some time, made some stream layouts. We're running a new program called Lightstream. Um, and we're both figuring it out. So there could be some hiccups today during the broadcast, but you know, we're gonna push through. I know we experience adversity in life, and if ever there's anything I've learned from sports, it's that you should quit while you're down and ahead. No, I don't remember what the saying is, but I learned it.
Good
So I don't
sports
know even
talk
know who's
there.
in here. If you don't know me, my
There's,
name's Kurt.
I
One of
think
the
there's
co-hosts with We Like You
3
Bet, and
people
also
watching.
I guess technically the producer of most of this, but it's a loose title.
Okay. Thank you, Kurt. I guess you can't hear me because you don't have headphones in. So let me text my other friendos that are coming on here and tell them make sure to have headphones. Well, I guess they're both watching, so there's that. All right. Well, this has already gone on too long with the production stuff. I'm just
I'm gonna
gonna.
go find headphones.
I don't know how to kick you out, Kurt. I'm gonna be honest. Can I just make him leave? Oh, not what we wanted. I'm just gonna go back to me. Here I am. All right. So this week we've got a interesting card. Really weird matchups throughout college football. But what we're gonna do is set them up for you. So I'm gonna update here. Kurt's gone. Cam's here. The Cam's here. Shouts Jersey Shore. Familius. Get me out of that giant thing. And here we are. We're ginning. Okay. I've got Kurt muted. He's in the camera back there. So it's pretty funny. No, mute yourself. Mute yourself. I muted him. Okay. Wild. All right. So this week, I kind of like Eric's pick. I, I don't like Louisville. I've watched them play twice this year, and their quarterback's really inconsistent. So I'm going to fade Louisville. If I have a little extra money, I'll probably hit Pitt up, Eric. I think I will. That's a good thing to point out. I like that one, Eric. Okay. Moving forward, I've got an interesting slate here. I'll be honest. It's kind of a hodgepodge of games. Now the first one is sketchy. I'll admit it's a little sketchy. OSU 29.5. It's a big line at home against Iowa, who can't score. I think it's pretty easy for OSU to score 30 here. I think it's pretty easy for them to score 40 here. And I don't think Iowa's going to score 10. They stink offensively. 11 a.m., it's a little sketchy, but you have to take these lines. Thank you, Eric. Iowa can't score. Thank you. They just can't score. And OSU is a juggernaut offensively. So I'm gonna have to go with OSU here. The line's really, I mean, if it was 28, like if it was 27 and a half, it would be a no-brainer in my opinion. 29 and a half, it's just a weird score, win by 30. But I mean, there's a chance it's 49-10. You know what I mean? 49-0 even. So I'm gonna ride OSU there. I hate Ohio State. I hate taking them in that spot. Um, but I had Georgia in the big spread last week, and they had like this crazy weird touchdown that helped it cover. So I think we're just on heaters in that regard, to be honest. We're just on heaters. So big spreads, big money, scared money doesn't make money. We know the drill. Cashin crew. So moving on to Rice and La Tech over 57.5. And this is a sleeper game, right? No one's watching this game. I've never met a Rice fan. Never will, more than likely. La Tech, shouts to the Mahaffey, David Mahaffey. Um, other people that went to La Tech. Cat that played quarterback for Meridian when we were at Brandon. DeMar, something like that. Jamar. Um, so the reason we're riding the over here, head to head, this game has gone over past couple years. La Tech is 4-1. The over is 4-1 in La Tech games this season. Well, in the last 5, and it is 4-1 for Rice in the last 5. Seems like a no-brainer. 57.5 at La Tech. La Tech at home has scored 41 and 52. I won't talk about the no, yeah, that's it. 52 and 41. So they might cover by themselves here. I like it over 57.5, a good little shave of the two odds, minus 108. Good little value pick right there. I like that one. Moving on, I've got a classic Big 12 shootout right here at Texas Tech. I think both teams are going to drop the defensive clipboard and just say screw it and see who can outscore the other. 64.5, it's high. We hit on it last week in the Alabama-Tennessee game almost in the first half. Trust, okay? Big trust. Okay? We all know why we're going over here. WVU's last game, Baylor 43-40, Texas 38-20, Virginia Tech 33-10. We won't talk about that. Townsend 66-7, KU 42-55. That's 90 something points, people, for the quick maths out there. Game flip flops over under. That was something else I saw. Okay, if you're about patterns. Okay, we're over in 18. We're under in 2019. We're over in 20. We're under in 21. What's due? It's an easy equation right there. Okay, that's an easy one. So eat up. Let's cash. All right. This next one, and this one's going to be. I'm gonna get some other cats to chime in on it. This is an interesting game. This is probably the game of the week, circled on a lot of people's calendars. Of we got to know what's going to happen. This game decides so much in the SEC West, and it snuck up on everybody. Right at the beginning of the season, we all thought LSU was hot garbage, and in reality, they've come out and they've looked pretty decent. And I thought Jalen Daniels sucked. Is that his name? No. Riding with Ole Miss pick. LSU is a joke. Let's go, Eric. Let's go. Is Daniels, right? I get him and Kansas's quarterback mixed up. He's turned out to be okay. Played really well against Florida, so that's a little sketchy. But to me, LSU still hasn't picked it up defensively. So Ole Miss being a dog here is just tasty. What if Ole Miss is just good? I know it's hard to imagine that a Mississippi team, because I mean I've watched both teams, State and Ole Miss, my whole life, and both of them just plunder opportunity after opportunity, and I get that. But this is at 2:30. Okay, I know Death Valley is a factor, but 2:30 kickoff, CBS game. I just can't. I can't go against Ole Miss. The value is too high there. Now, am I trying to jinx them? Yes. Is it a small little jinxy thing? Yes. But I want to win money. There's a lot of value in Ole Miss as a dog right now. They're 7-0. I get there on the road, coming off an interesting game against Auburn. I think it was a look pass game. I think Ole Miss values this rivalry way more than LSU. Honestly, Brian Kelly has no understanding of the rivalries yet. He just pulled into town and started learning an accent. So I I like Ole Miss. You have to take the money line, in my opinion. I know all the money. I know all of the money is on Ole Miss, so it's really scary. It's like, what does Vegas know that we don't know? Like, are they going to poison Ole Miss's pregame meal? But I can't. You can't pick against a 7-0 dog when the money line is just there and it's just a big juicy steak. Okay, so I'm gonna take it. Bottom line, Stanford -2.5 at home versus the dead Arizona State Sun Devils. Stanford has looked bad at times and good at times this year. A lot of people are on the Sun Devils, Arizona State, because they beat Washington last week. That was their Super Bowl. They're on a high. They beat Stanford last year. Stanford had owned the rivalry up until then. Stanford coming off a win against kind of garbage Notre Dame. Let's be honest. But before that, they had lost 4 previous. They're very undervalued. Thing is, Arizona State lost 4 previous. I'm taking the home -2.5. At some point, it's just home team. We like you. That says Bear said State on the money line. No, not now. If it hit, I mean, what are the odds? Like, what if that hit and you had the money line? Like, what $1 would get you what? I mean, they're -21 unless it's moved. Yeah. I mean, they're +21, sorry. Plus 750. So a dollar would win you. If you bet a dollar, you'd win $7.50. Maybe just bet a dollar. If you have a dollar you can part with, why not? That's all I'm saying. Good point made there by Bear, Kurt's child. A little diet DP. All right. So yeah, Stanford. I'm riding with the green, crimson, cardinal trees. Disavow. Okay. Over 55 in the. Oh, okay. I don't. Okay, I don't know why, but I like South Carolina, and I hate Jimbo Fisher. Is there a chance? Is there a chance South Carolina beats A&M here and Jimbo's gone? Is there a chance? I think it's a real possibility. +3.5 at home. They've already beat Kentucky this year, who's proven to be, on and off, but a good team, a good roster. I don't think they had their quarterback during that game, Kentucky, but they've proven they can win at home. +3.5. A&M can't score. South Carolina can't really score either. Let's be honest. What if Rattler just goes off? I mean, what if Rattler just goes off? They scored. They've scored over. Well, they've scored 50 points in 2 games. So I like South Carolina in just a wacky cover spot. I don't know if they win, but I see some kind of like safety or something happening in this game, and South Carolina losing by 2 or something like that. And if that happens, I'm going to start reading palms. So, last pick, I've got. Oh, okay. Okay, Eric. I did have this game. I knew it looked familiar. It was Pitt, Louisville, over 55. Over 55. I've seen Louisville play this year. They are run and gun. I mean, they're going to spread it out, run all over the field. I forget their quarterback's name escapes me. He's like Lamar Jackson's, you know, lesser cousin out there. Um, but Pitt, 45 points last game, 45 points, 34 points on the road. Put up 27 against Tennessee, who, more or less still an SEC defense. It went under a couple years ago. Louisville, 34 points, 41, 35, over. That's a recipe for an over. And Pitt overs haven't let me down all year. I think I've bet 2 prior, and they've smacked. They have smacked. So, I'm going to get my boy. There's a little chance of Stowers, okay? There's a chance of Stowers. We're going to have him come on. And, we're going to see what he's got this week. Because I've given you mine. Stowers is like, I don't know, 6-0 on the podcast? On picks he's giving me? I don't want to overhype. Him. But I think his record's pretty good on here. Better than mine. You saw mine. Which, I mean, let's be honest. Anything over 50% is pretty good in this business. So let's see if we can get Stowers on here. I'm going to send you this link again. Oh, there he is. Yes. Oh, he's so big. Hold on. You hear me? Yes. He's a little long. We're all right. Oh, he's so big. Hold on. Stowers. You hear me? Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. All right, Stowers, this is your time to shine, okay? Stowers. There's a delay. Okay, there's a delay that we're fighting against. And will we ever get it fixed? I don't know. It might just be the website. But I'm going to give you the floor here.
Can you hear me?
Give us 3 winners. Here it comes. I feel it. The delay is going to get to him. But I'm going to give you the floor here.
Can you hear me?
Give us 3 winners. I'm going to call him.
All right. Yeah, I'll just go. I had to go find my AirPods with strings on them. Sorry about that.
Good radio once again. Kurt, we got to get this fixed. We got to get this fixed.
Strings on them. Sorry about that. All right, I'm just go ahead and hear. Let me read them out. I like LSU.
once again.
I don't know.
Kurt, we gotta get this fixed. We gotta get this fixed.
Sorry about that. All right, I'm just go ahead and here. Let me read them out. I like LSU.
Good radio. Once again.
I don't know.
Kurt, we gotta get this fixed. We gotta get this fixed. Stowers.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, I'm just go ahead and here. Let me read them out.
All right.
I like LSU.
Stowers likes LSU.
Man, this delay is throwing me off.
Yeah, it's tough. It's a tough look. We're gonna fix it, but just give me your picks. Give me your picks.
All right. I like LSU.
Stowers likes
Ole Miss.
LSU.
Ole Miss can't tackle.
Can't tackle, he says.
If LSU doesn't turn the ball over, have some kind of crazy special teams blunder like they did against Tennessee, I don't see why LSU can't win this ball game.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I agree, but what if Ole Miss is actually good at running the ball, though?
I mean, I think both teams are good at running the ball, but if you get into a ground and pound game, I mean, LSU's defensive line got some meaty boys up front, bunch of 4 and 5 stars.
They are beefy.
I don't know. I like the home team.
So,
if it's a low-scoring game, give me the home team.
Who's a better coach?
Kiffin's probably the better coach, but
yeah,
the ball players play.
Okay.
Coach.
I like the take. All right. Well, me and Stowers are gutted against each other this weekend.
We have these picks about every week where we at least disagree.
Yeah.
On one. So
we don't always see eye to eye.
That's right. We'll take this as this week's disagreement. All right. And then I've got UCLA money line on the road.
Who they play?
Oregon.
Oh.
College game day, top 10 matchup. Give me the 4-year starter DTR over Bo Nix. I don't have faith in Bo Nix. I think
he's really bad on the road. It's got to translate to home eventually, though,
No, absolutely. We'll see. I think it's supposed to rain, so it's going to be a sloppy game.
Yeah, Bo has small hands, huh?
Exactly. Can't hold on to the football.
Yeah, he can't hold on to the ball. He looks bad in shorts.
I see him coughing the ball up late in the game. UCLA, just guts them late in the game.
Okay. I don't mind that pick. I might ride with it. If my day goes well, I assume that's a nighttime game, like Pac-12 timing.
Yeah, I think you got like a 7 o'clock Fox game.
Okay. Well, if my day goes well, I'll probably hop on that with you.
Yeah.
UCLA outright?
All right. Oh, shoot. It's actually 2:30. Sorry about that.
Oh. 2:30. That changes things, but I might just ride with you. UCLA outright. You heard it by Stowers. All right. What else?
I haven't let you down this year.
No, you haven't. That's what I was saying. I mean, you're like 6-0 on the show. Aside from, did you have Bama last week?
I just had the over.
Okay. Well, that was a comfortable over.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. I've got the Q's.
Yeah.
Syracuse covering.
Eric.
I think
Eric Cedar also on the chat does.
Yep, a lot of points. Our guy Garrett Schrader, RIP.
Bearded man.
He's killing it right now. They're slinging the ball. Same deal with them though. If they can keep it close on the road early, Clemson doesn't play well in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And they let Florida State sneak back in last week. I can see the Q's covering for sure.
I like the Q's. Is it at home? Is that Clemson?
It's at Clemson, so that's why if they can avoid the turnovers early, don't let the crowd get into it.
Who's Clemson have next week? I'm going to go to my picks so y'all can see the winners real quick while Stowers checks on that for us. Live report.
So Clemson has a bye.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was going to say maybe a look ahead spot for Clemson if they had, like a UNC or a, anyone else. But I could still see it. I could still see Cuse. I could still see Cuse. That's your three? Big three? Going 3-0?
Yeah, I'm going to throw one more in here.
All right.
I've been riding with the Huskies a couple times this year. Give me the Huskies to cover. Playing Cal. Cal just lost to Colorado. Colorado's first win of the year. And they just lost outright.
Washington just lost to ASU, though. They're bad.
But the quarterback's slinging it. He threw for like 400 yards.
They just have better jerseys, too.
Yeah.
I feel like ASU has one win a season just based on jerseys alone.
No doubt. Yeah, and got rid of the coach, locker room,
on the field.
On the field, yeah.
Okay. What's your over of the week? Do you like any of my overs?
Yeah, I'm always a fan of the Texas Tech over.
Yeah, I mean, every year you gotta at least hit 3 Texas Tech overs.
Without a doubt.
Really, when they creep into the 60s, that's when you want to start hitting them.
Absolutely.
It's like a pumpkin spice latte in the fall. Texas Tech overs around October is what you want to do.
That's right. Can't beat it.
I'm
on it.
Thoughts on A&M take? Does Jimbo lose his job if they lose?
They've got way too much money wrapped up in him, unfortunately.
They got enough donors to get him out of there. Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think it'll be close. Field goal at the end. I don't think he loses his job though.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, and I've got an NFL pick for you.
Oh, who you got?
Give me the Ravens.
Who they got?
The Browns. Ravens are due.
Stinky
Browns
game.
Browns defense is bad. The Ravens have just had some unlucky things go their way.
They have. They've played good. They just I don't know. It seems like they can't put a win together.
That's right.
Which is surprising with Harbaugh.
Yep. This at home, I think we got a get right game.
Ooh,
I can see it.
Clemson has Notre Dame after the bye. That's a look ahead.
Double look?
They're looking for rest, and they're looking at Notre Dame. That's a double look ski.
I think our guy Schrader with the beard and all, I think he's going to come in and surprise people.
Cuse. Okay. I like that Cuse pick. I'm going to ride with it now. All right. Heard it here first from the Stour man. We're going to figure out the stream stuff. I really don't know what to do. Kurt knows more than I, so we'll get it ironed out for the next time.
It's the least that Kurt could do.
It is.
It's about time he started pulling his weight.
Exactly. He actually does everything for both podcasts, so I can't really hate on him too much. But I'm gonna hang out with Stowers and plug the podcast now. Thanks, Stowers.
See, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we like you that episode 12, 13, 12. Yeah, favorite number. Episode 12 out. When was it, Kurt? Monday. Oh, in the morning, Saturday morning. Heck yeah. So as you wake up, you get the sleep out of your eyes, tune into the pod. It's really funny. This one was really good. It was kind of an off the cuff. We just kind of talked about my trip to New York, not to brag, and just kind of did that sort of stuff. So it was a fun little hangout. So make sure to tune in on that one. And then let's just do NFL picks real quick because we've gone so long trying to get the technical difficulties ironed out. So NFL, here we are. Shouts to Stowers. Some pretty good picks there. Also, why does the camera do this every time, Kurt? Tell me that. It's okay. Here we are. So, we're in New York. Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. I've got both New York teams this week in the NFL. I also like Detroit at Dallas. And here's why. Look, I'm a Mississippi State guy. I like Dak. Watched him play a lot, and I want him to succeed. But does it not feel like he's going to come back and stink? Also, sorry, McCurley. Once we figure out how this works, I'll get you come on. But it was just the delay was impossible to. I mean, that was a battle we just weren't going to win by any circumstance. So we need to have Eric come on here too. I mean, Eric's sending some spicy takes. Where was? Oh, yeah, Detroit +7. It's too big. Detroit. Detroit is a covering machine in the first part of the year, and I think they're going to get back to their covering ways, not winning ways. Okay, don't hear me wrong, but recovering ways. They're covering ways. They had covered the first three, and didn't cover the last two. But are we not all saying that? I mean, I just see it. Can't you? Can't you see Monday morning waking up and everyone talking about what's wrong with Dak? What's wrong with the Cowboys? Is Dak really the quarterback of the future? And I think they'll figure it out with Dak. But it's gonna, the quarterback controversy with Cooper Rush. Like I just see it so clear in my mind. I like Detroit +7. Giants +3 at Jacksonville. I think you just got to roll with the hot hand. You just got to roll with it. I wouldn't question it. Now, are the Jags scrappy? Yes, but they're home. I mean, the Giants are dogs here. If they were favored, I would probably go with Jacksonville. I'll be honest. And it's kind of a bait line, +3. It's kind of like, oh, well, no brainer. And the Jags can play some defense, but they've lost 3 straight. 2 2 on the road, 1 at home versus the Texans, who stink. I wouldn't let them being at home deter anyone here. Danny Dimes, he stinks. But I think Daboll just is a good coach. I think he's just gonna get the guys ready and go. I mean, that's all we've seen all year. The London game didn't phase them. I mean, it's just to me that they're the obvious choice. Kind of like the Ole Miss thing. It's like ride it till you die with it. Honestly. So Indiana or Indianapolis, sorry, versus Tennessee. The Titans aren't very good. Eric's fading the 6-0 Falcons against the spread. Or are you taking them +6.5? You think they're going to cover it every week? Man, it's a chance. That's another thing. Ride till you die. Now, if it were me, I would take it, and then they would lose immediately. So there's that. But I like the thought behind it, Eric. I mean, I've had the Falcons twice this year. They hadn't let me down. Obviously, 6-0. So, but Tennessee -2.5. At home, I think their defense is going to come out and play well. Everyone's fading the Titans in this spot. Colts just beat Jacksonville 34-27. And the just terrible Broncos. And Tennessee coming off a couple of decent little wins there. These teams have already played, as it turns out. Tennessee played them October 2nd. So, wow, what a turnaround. These are divisional opponents playing 1 week in between each other. Wow. Tennessee owns this matchup. Tennessee has won 4 of the last 5, and they have covered 4 of the last 5. They've covered 4 in a row. So I like Tennessee here. And last but not least, we're just going to ride this team all season long. They've shocked the world. We had them last week against the Packers, had them the week before against Miami. Jets, 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 Jets. It's got that dog in them. Zach's got that dog in them. The Jets are unstoppable force. And I'd venture to say Denver is the least immovable object of all time. They stink. Russ, someone's got to let that man cook, or they're just gonna go. They're gonna starve in Denver. It's already thin air up there. Okay, so at Denver, it's a bait line. Let's be honest, it's baity. It started at +7.5, which is bizarre. That's crazy. Would I like for it to be plus 7.5? Yes. But plus 1, I think the Jets probably win this game. I think the Jets are just good. Their defense is good. Quentin Williams is amazing. Breece Hall might be Rookie of the Year. I like the Jets. Please don't fail me now, Jets. Only 4 games, so that's an easy way to go 1-3. 0-4, honestly. No, we're not gonna do it. We're not doing that. Put that evil on us. To wrap it up, we couldn't have McCurley on because of the technical difficulties, but McCurley's got UCLA plus 6.5, riding with Stowers. The game I didn't want to talk about, the Mississippi State game. He's got him plus 21, and I don't disagree with that take, McCurley. I see us covering maybe, but I'm just I've kind of lost all enthusiasm for the Dogs this year at this point. It's not, the year's not over, but we all know what's going to happen. I mean, we're going to be in the Belk Bowl, the Liberty Bowl or whatever. Who cares? I mean, that's great, but who cares? So, plus 21 though. Ole Miss over 65. Chiefs minus 1. Who the Chiefs got? Chiefs have the 49ers with their new addition, CMC, Christian McCaffrey. That'll be an interesting game. All right. Well, you got my picks. We'll be back here next week, hopefully better and improved with the streaming. This was a C- first attempt. We'll be honest. But, hey, we did it, and that's all you can ask of me. I did it. So, thanks, Sowers, coming on, kind of. I don't know if y'all could hear him. So, but if you could, that's great. If not, this was an hour long, and most of you probably watched for at least the first 30 seconds when I was just talking and it was muted. So, no big deal. Cashin with Cam, episode whatever, first episode live on YouTube. And